Hello, pack members. It's your girl Alpha Wolf here, and I am back with another episode of A Second Before Us. Now, when we left off, we had wandered into this area, and I am just going to crank that brightness just a bit. Alright, there we go. That's better. It's not so bright now. Bioelectronics finished a month and a half of grueling cramming, now one step closer to my goal. I know that the professor appreciates my commitment. I have to try to figure out how to eat this s'more without getting it all over my fingers. Oh well. Microwave s'more. Very much food. Alright. Close to my goal. I know that the professor appreciates my commitment, but if I want to get a job in his lab, I need to demonstrate my ability of genetic engineering. Oh, I found somebody else's pass card. What to eat now? So am I a genetic human? Still worried about running into genetic humans. Artificial humans, as I was calling them last night. Titans Fall, Volume 2, Chapter 12. History shows that in order to move forward, sometimes you must take a step back. During our existence, we, mankind, have endured countless wars and disasters, many of which could have completely destroyed us, and every time we've survived, we've become stronger. Just as our ancestors gathered around the fire for heat and light, modern people combine around knowledge, the only thing we have left. For us, the source of knowledge is the central computer of Delta Complex, which is virtually undamaged after the cataclysm. In Delta, people founded the first colony, which is led by the Prior. He is assisted by the Council, which consists of the President and numerous governors, similar to the Parliament, which is now largely forgotten. We cannot say that democracy reigns in Delta. Presidents and governors selected by Central Computer, which is controlled by the AI. From among the most outstanding colonists. Such a form of government is considered to be the best under the circumstances, and a belief that is confirmed by statistics. Humanity begins to evolve again. Okay. Biological Laboratory Report for Council Council. Members of the Council, happy to inform you that Project Reborn is entering its final stage. The lab almost managed to create valuable samples that conform all the requirements. The lifespan of current bionts in real condition is very short, and they have suffered from a great greatly accelerated aging process. However, I believe that soon we will be able to produce a sample with a normal lifespan. Professor of Biological Lab, personal number 17. 17-842. Sorry, anytime I find numbers, I write them down, because you never know, they could be a code. So does that mean that in these tube things here, there's people? Picked up something important, obviously. It's a nightmare. Creating is this fiction and deception. To write these bogus reports to the council, to falsify the work and the promising research. But if these idiots were bothered to read my work, Genesis of Life, they would understand that all of our efforts in creating the human substitute are doomed to fail. I don't approve of the methods by which we get our necessary biomass. I also strongly disagree with the policy of erasing I, myself, under the threat of its use. I'm running out of time. Time goes too fast. So, they can't create a human substitute, is what I'm gathering from this. Like, they're trying, but they're not getting it. Duty schedule in Wing B. It looks like the guards are changing shift right now. According to sources close to the council, research on the development of biots is complete. If correct, this should end the shortage of manpower, which has hampered the development of the entire complex. In addition, the council may end the practice of erasing. Biots can be used instead of colonists. Can biots help Delta? Don't make hasty conclusions. Time will only tell. Something tells me that failed. I just shut the door in my own face. Don't know what those are, but I got one. Those damaged power units are broken down again. I've seen one of them for maintenance just in case. I've sent one of them for maintenance just in case. The second was needed in the laboratory. Are they trying to create a reactor in there? This time we need to do everything quickly and accurately. Another breakdown of the simulation environment will be the last of us. Alright, that one's locked. I do turn around slowly. It's a very schedule of council meetings. Looks like there might be a note in there, over there. Let's go check that out real quick. Yep. Another meeting, another important discussion. I don't understand how the council can retain control over Delta. No one seems to know anything. Not who gives us our tasks, nor the identity of the prior. Is he real? There isn't even any information about the consequences of the cataclysm and whether there are any other survivors. Who does know these things? The president of the council spends all his time in his oval hall. He obviously knows something, but what? You know how government officials are. They ain't gonna tell you jack squat. Everything's fine. Smile and wave. Don't worry. There's nothing wrong. We are not all gonna die in a Fallout styled apocalypse. Next meeting. Opening remarks by President of the Council. Government's report concerning energy security. Lunch. Discussion of Project Reborn. Report of biological lab. Break. Discussion of issues relating to housing and commercial sector. Traffic problems. The Prior's appeal to the Council. Okay. That was a total waste of time to come in here. Moving on. My glasses are like... Michael. How are you, Mr. Kitty? Oh? Attach this note to a something so that you can find it. Alright, the door is buggy, as always. In addition, I lost my key card for the emergency exit somewhere. There's a chance that one day I will be trapped in here forever. I want you to leave the key card here. Perhaps you will save one innocent life. Huh? Power system unit from host computer needs repaired again. Nothing complex, but found some strange code in the controls management program. When the code is active, it prevents the power from operating. You think the main computer AI could have incorporated this miscellaneous code due to errors, or is it possible someone has done this on purpose? Or maybe the AI has finally realized that humans are no longer needed and that they can take over the world. That Project Reborn is a bunch of hooey. Ooh. Oh, that's pretty. The old world was too bad. Why do I feel like this is some government-run conspiracy facility that may or may not have people convinced that the world has ended only to see what they would do? I just went in a big circle. I guess that means I can go this way. What the fuck? I think I've found the motherboard. Fragment of technological documentation supplemented with text written by hand. The main computer of Delta Complex is responsible for the operation of the simulation environment and provides all necessary calculations. The electrical supply to the main computer is provided by 3 rods if you need them. Okay, so now what? I inserted the rods. Power is on. Should I just walk out now? Oh, hey, there's a door. Lunch break was declared in the council meeting just in time because I would have strangled the old man with his energy collapse. Does anyone still believe in minerals might be useful? Another break in the meeting before we were listening to entertaining lectures on bionics and genetics for 1.5 hours. Report biological lab in progress of report project. Fascinating! A fascinating lie. The professor's report sounds plausible, except when I was a student, I happened to read the entertaining work Genesis of Life, which said that all of our attempts to create a full-fledged biot were sheer nonsense. The cunning professor knows that he is only allowed to keep his valuable memories because he's useful to the project. Well, I'll let him enjoy his perfect game a little longer, then he can be useful. Couldn't contact the prior by intercom. Only way to communicate with him. Why such secrecy? I don't know anyone in the complex who has seen him in the flesh. It's not a simple task to access the Wing C. Where he is, in his personal office, I'm certainly not going to ask too many questions. I don't want to end up like my predecessor. Okay. So, now what? Do I just, head on out? Yep, okay. So that was kind of the end of that particular part, and then we head on over to whatever chapter's popping up next. Day 4. Why am I locked up? Okay. I'm gonna have to turn the brightness back up. Yeah. If you want. Yeah, put it in for about 10 seconds. Alright. Long live the great Nile. You give life to hundreds of thousands, demanding nothing in return. It seems like you have everything. Famine, wars, terrible droughts, fear and joy, life and death. There's no time for you. It seems that your death will come only in the end of the universe. Perhaps even that will pass you by. And as strong as limitless as the Nile, so strong was the bitterness of Isis, daughter of Hebi. When Set killed her husband, Osiris, many tears were shed by Isis over her murdered husband. There was no hope, but suddenly the dry wind of the desert brought faith and determination. Isis realized it was time to act. So it seems we are in another simulated environment, talking about the Nile and gods of Egyptian origin. Okay. Yep, definitely Egypt. I'm just looking around to make sure I don't miss anything. Don't want to miss any notes or clues as to what could be going on in the hereabouts. I guess we head to the temple. Okay, is there something I need? Not seeing any stones to throw. Pretty sure I need to get in there. Ho ho. Okay, so the handle's missing. Do I see a handle around here somewhere? Did I miss picking it up somewhere? I will be right back. Alright, so when I came in here, I didn't quite look at that, and I found the little handle doodad by the glowing goop. Whatever the glowing goop is glowing goop. Alright, so now we are off on an adventure! Not really, we're just off to go put this thing in the thing. Thanks, man.
I'm gonna make myself a triple cheeseburger. Triple small.
Okay.
Extra. Hey,
Mm.
did you say a drink? Like more over the fire?
Yeah, I like it when they're nice and crispy.
Just make sure you don't use any leaven.
We have metal tongs. We have little skewers in the garage. Yeah? Alrighty, so we have entered the temple. What's this? This is the disc. Why is there glowing goop on the floor? Why do I not like the glowing goop on the floor? Why does it look? Why is it auto-saving? Gonna go in here first and look around. The hell? Okay, there's another skeleton. For many years, the heartbroken Isis traveled through the vast desert to find her husband's body, which Set had torn into small pieces and scattered throughout Egypt. And when all the pieces were finally collected together, Isis built an altar made of clay where she placed a bowl filled with healing water from the holy spring and the crown of Osiris. And then she said the ancient spell. "You do not come to life!" I'm really not liking this glowing goop. Footprints lead to the pool. Hello, great cat goddess. My cat would have been named Bass, but nobody wanted. Hello? Alright, must have already did what I needed to do. The altar of Isis. Okay, so now what? I don't know the ancient spell. Is there a piece of paper that I missed somewhere? Oh! The tomb of Osiris. She turned into a huge hawk, then soared onto the altar where Osiris lay. She became pregnant. Osiris was not resurrected, but he gave a son to Isis, whom she named Gore. Gore took revenge on Set for his father's death and his mother's grief. Long live the great Nile, the tears of Isis! Okay. I'm so happy. No one knows yet, although I could never keep it a secret, but I'm pregnant. Still so much to learn. I don't have time for everything now. The appearance of a child in the family is definitely a great joy, but also a great responsibility. No, I'm not saying that we need to completely change ourselves and stop enjoying life, but this is possibly the last entry in my diary, and isn't because of the baby. No, it's definitely because of me. I feel the changes within myself. I don't know how many good or bad things await me in the future, but I want the last entry of my diary to be this record. As a reminder of the bright days of my youth, I didn't notice when I became an adult. Jennifer. Hello.
I was trying to move you up, hold on.
Really? Another one?
You said, what did you say to
I
me?
said a couple.
There you go.
Thank you, baby.
How do you say it's purple? I'm going to say that one's mine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wait. I made you something that didn't kill you.
Alright, so apparently this Jennifer person was a member of the research staff, such as myself. So now what? Oh, hello. Where do I go now? Do I head out? Is that where he went? He went out? Yep, okay. Achievement unlocked, between heaven and earth. Alrighty, everybody. Whoop. Let's get this microphone up on my face and see what happens here. Alright, everybody. So, this is the end of part 4. Very interesting so far. This Jennifer person, or Jenny, seems to be a very important piece to this puzzle. Mainly because we found 3 of her entries so far. So, hopefully nothing bad happened to her. I am conspiracizing that the AI decided that it no longer needed human beings and thought that it wiped all of them out, which is why my character hid from the one robot eye. Anyways, if you guys liked the video, be sure to give it a like, subscribe if you have not already, and be sure to give that notification bell a high five so you can be notified every time I upload a new video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!